Good afternoon, everyone. Um, it's a little bit chilly here in Chicago, but not too bad where I can't work. I know a few of you reached out to me about how to install Color Shift Demon Eyes. Um, I did it earlier in my older vehicle, which was 2008 300 Limited, and it had the projectors. My new one is a 2009 C. This one also has the projectors. So the Demon Eyes I have, the mounting hose didn't fit with my projector, so I ended up using 3M tape. But I'm going to show you guys how I did it. The car's still taken apart, so I'm just doing the wiring right now, and then I'll run all the wires correctly and put everything together. But I'll show you guys how to mount the Demon Eyes and what you need to do to take the projector housings out. Alright, as you can see, 2009 C, it's deep water blue. So I put the projector back in with the protective casing over it, but I'm just going to pull it back out so I can show you guys what to do. There's 4 screws, 1, 2, 3, 4, to take the projector out, and then you got the screws are here, 4 screws there, and then there's another 4 or 5 screws that mounts the housing, 2 or 3 screws actually. It mounts this, and it basically goes inside and it mounts right on top. I'll show you guys that, but basically, let me get inside there. So this is how I did mine. As you can see, the mounting holes are different. So it didn't mount to where I needed it, and I'm not gonna drill holes inside the projector casing itself. So I figured 3M tape would work. That's the same thing I used on my old car, which was 3M tape. And it's secure. It's not gonna go anywhere. It's really secure on there. I mounted it to the top, so you won't actually see where the light's coming from. You'll just see that it's changing colors. I have a RGB. The old one I mounted, I had an actual 3 LED strips. It was from JDM Toy, I believe, and I mounted it to the bottom. It's hard for me to hold the camera and show you guys, but I mounted it to the bottom, and when I lit them up, when you look close enough, you can see the LED strip. But this one's not an actual LED strip, so, and I mounted it to the top, so you will not be able to see it. You'll only see it glowing. Like I say, you mount it here, the wire runs out the top, and I'll show you guys. It doesn't touch anything. So let me see. I'll show you. I can use my stand. Hold on a second. How's that? Okay, so basically, this, like I said, this cover here goes back on top. There's holes for it, like that. Just if you happen to touch the projector, just make sure you clean it before you put it back in, because the last thing you want to do is get all this stuff put back together, and then you have fingerprints on your projector lens. So just give it a wipe down. IPA wipe down will be sufficient enough. You put this on. Can you see the top? The wire will come out the top like that. And then this here, the headlight's still in there. I haven't pulled the bulb out the headlight, but it goes right on top. Just giving you guys a demo of it so you know. If you have any questions or concerns, you can always hit the comment section and let me know. I see there's no actual videos of people installing it. There's just pictures and whatnot. I also have another video up of me showing the projectors changing colors and whatnot on my old car, but not an actual install video itself for 300. So hopefully you guys will find use of this and decide to take the project on yourself instead of paying someone. It's not that hard to do. The front bumper I pulled off within 12 minutes. I've pulled these bumpers off multiple times, so I know what I'm doing, and it doesn't take a lot of work to get it off. You just, got to take your time and fit your first time. My first time took me about 2 hours. Now I can get it off. As you see today, I did it in 12 minutes. But anyway, so it'll mount like this. Hope you guys can see that. And you can't get it wrong because this says top, and then the bottom has your bulb number on it. Mine's 9006, obviously, but it'll run, the wire will run through the top like that and out the back of the, I don't have the rubber boot on right now, but you see the rubber boot. I'll put the rubber boot back on. I'll drill a little hole in the rubber boot, just a small enough hole to where I can pull this wire through, so it still gets a proper seal on top of the headlights, so you don't get moisture inside. But when you do that, you basically, so then once you do that, I'll drop it back in there for you guys so you can see. Alright, so that's that. And basically, you just drop it back in. Like I say, if you got little fingerprints or something in there, it's good to give it a little IPA wipe down before you put it back in. And it just goes, you can't get it wrong as far as top and bottom. It's designed a certain way so you know. And it just sits back inside like that. And then, like I said, you gotta put this casing on first. You gotta put this back over top. And I'm gonna just place it in there for now, because I gotta push that. I need 2 hands. I gotta push the demon eye wires back in order to put that on. So once you do that, then you got this part. Like I said, you can't go wrong. It says top. The bottom has your bolt type. 3 holes, 3 mounting holes. Top, this goes back inside. You just drop that back inside like that. Make sure you mount everything down. And then your rubber boot. You don't have to pull a rubber boot, but I did. But the rubber boot goes back on. And then you make sure you put all the screws in. And then you run the wires. Obviously, I got RGB. I'll show you. And you don't need a lot of tools to do this. You need a Phillips screwdriver, pretty small one, a pry tool for the rivets. You need a smaller Phillips screwdriver to get the demon eye bolts. Make sure it's long enough so you can reach it. Controller, driver box, RGB demon eyes. This one's still wrapped up. Then this is extra driver box here. This is just a connection that drives the RGB button. And then connections, controller, and power cord. So that's all you need. It's not hard to do. Maybe I'll put up a video when I'm done. But for now, I'm gonna go ahead and finish the project. I just wanted to show you guys how to install it. If you have any questions or concerns, please drop it in the comment section. This is Mr. 300, over and out. Peace.